Poimero, Chief Executive Officer of the National Parks Promotion Council. America's national parks include 396 of our nation's greatest natural, cultural, and historic treasures. With us today are several representatives of those parks and their supporting communities who have helped bring today's luncheon program to you. It's my pleasure to introduce Jeff Hentz from the Yosemite Mariposa County Tourism Bureau, Rich Weideman, Donnie Ledbetter, and Desmond Lee from the National Park Service, Rick Honinghausen from the Yellowstone National Park Lodge, Michelle Keene and Janet Tim from the Forever Resorts, Mark Ducharme from Glacier Park, Inc., and Joel Secundi from Brand USA. I encourage you all to visit with them during this convention. NTA has undertaken several initiatives to connect future generations of visitors to the parks. 358 NTA tour companies now actively package tours for student groups, and NTA sends guidebooks to 20,000 student travel leaders. NTA's Hispanic Latino Task Force and ASTA will be joining together in 2012 to create a plan that combines NTA market research and educational resources to build Hispanic Latino tours. And NTA's strategic partnership with travel professionals of color is building connections, business opportunities, and informing others about the heritage and minority markets. Still more can be done. One of the most eloquent observers of this change is an interpretive ranger from Yosemite National Park. You may have seen Shelton Johnson when he spoke within Ken Burns' PBS series, The National Parks, America's Best Idea. He also encouraged Oprah Winfrey to visit Yosemite National Park this past year. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce him to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Shelton Johnson.
Thank you. I have worked as a National Park Ranger for nearly 25 years, and I've seen so many beautiful places and have had so many great experiences in the parks. But there's one thing that I can't forget, even though I may be in the shadow of the giant sequoia in Sequoia or Yosemite National Park, even though I may be near Old Faithful Geyser when it's erupting and feeling the thunder of that in my bones, and smelling that sulfur in the wind, even though I may be in all of those places, I'm always thinking of the people who are not there. The Americans who have not yet had an experience in a national park and don't know what that feels like and don't know how that environment can reach down into you and grab hold of you and remind you that there is beauty in this world, there is wonder in this world, and it is a great time to be alive. Thank you. I grew up in Detroit. And when I say Detroit, I mean Detroit. I mean the inner city. And where I grew up, no one in my immediate family, no one in my community, no one at my school, no one at my church, no one on television, no one on the radio, no one in the newspaper, no one in a magazine, I mean absolutely no one ever said to me, Shelton, the national parks belong to you. You are owners of the greatest places and the greatest stories in America. I never heard that. And my peers never heard that. And as a result, the absence of people of color, of African Americans, Hispanics, Asian Americans is frequently profound in these environments that draw people from all over the world. And so I've asked myself these questions. Why is it that in Yosemite Valley's Visitor Center, Yosemite, one of the most celebrated and iconic landscapes in the world, I live in a place where I can say to folks, you know, where I work, there's a mountain, and it looks kind of like this. And people say, oh, you mean HAFTA? If you could just move your hand through the air and trace a silhouette in the air of a mountain that's recognized all over the world, and yet you can drive an hour and a half from Yosemite, go into Fresno, California, and meet plenty of people who've never been there. And my concern is not simply just the people, African Americans, Hispanics, who have not visited a national park. It's the sense and thought that the parks belong to them, that they are owners of the national parks, and yet they do not visit. And my thought is this: perhaps that's the case because they never felt that they had received an invitation. How many people here, right now, listening to my voice, would not decline an invitation from me saying, please come and visit me in Yosemite Valley? Please come and visit me at the Upper Geyser Basin in Yellowstone National Park. Please visit me at the south rim of the Grand Canyon when the sun is riding high in the sky and you realize the canyon keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're thinking, I'm a long ways from that rail, but why do I feel like I'm falling in? How can something be so expansive and be on this earth? I need your help. And I'm from Detroit. I'm not used to asking for help unless I'm crying out, help, help. I have clear memories of that. I need your help because I recognize that this is precisely the right group of people to talk to. It is very easy in this world to feel like your efforts do not add up to anything, to feel as if what you have to say, what you feel deep inside, cannot change the world around us. And if that had been the case for so many people who came before us, we would not have an America today. America exists today because people believed in themselves and in each other. And I believe in you. And I have been so looking forward to talking to you because you folks can make that difference. The tourism industry, the travel industry, you can make a huge difference simply by doing a few things. When I opened up a magazine as a little boy, and I saw people hiking, enjoying the national parks, they were white folks enjoying the national park. And I remember the thought in my community was something like, well, that's not something that black people do. See, they're there doing that. We don't do that. And I remember a year or so ago, I took a photograph of a couple of hikers, European American, and they were hiking in a wilderness area. And I showed that photograph to a group of inner city kids who had never had the sort of experiences that you've had. And the response from the kids was, did they make it out? Are they all right? Is everything okay? And I said, no, you don't understand. They weren't lost. They had actually found themselves in the beauty of this continent. They looked at me, what do you mean? They were there intentionally? And I said, yes, they were. And that place belongs to you. And they looked at me and said, why would I go there? Why would I do that sort of thing? And I remember thinking to myself, why would you not? Why is it that so many people from all over the world embrace our national parks? Why am I having conversations and swearing in junior rangers from France, from Italy, from Luxembourg, but a family from Oakland, from Fresno, from South Central LA, from Detroit, Chicago, Cleveland, Brooklyn? They're not there. And the problem is this. America is changing. Our demographics are changing. By 2050, our society and the complexion, the literal makeup of that society will have changed. We already have today 6 states that are on the verge. Doesn't that sound like this? 6 states that are on the verge of becoming minority-majority cultures. We're on the edge of a precipice. Do we move forward? Do we step back? Do we take into the view, or do we do one simple thing? Everyone on the count of 3, say the word welcome. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that feels so good. Say that again. Now say that with passion. Come down deep inside and say welcome. Welcome. You know, there are people outside this ballroom that did not hear you. Say the sort of welcome that my ancestors would have loved to have heard such a long period of time ago. You made the journey all the sweeter, hearing welcome. If you don't hear that word, and it is addressed to you, you may not think that that place is for you. You may not think that it is a safe place for you. How many people here choose a locale for recreation, for vacation, if that place fills them with anxiety, makes them nervous, and it brings up questions of their own mortality? Is that a popular place? No. And for many people of color, I am talking about a new world. How many people here, show me your hands, have visited a national park? How many people have a favorite place, and that favorite place is in a national park? How many of you folks, when you find something new in our parks, you can't wait to share it with friends and family and take them there and say, I told you. Isn't this amazing? Show me your hands. Okay. This is why I need you. If we were to do the exact same thing in these communities of color, we will be ready by 2050, and the parks will keep on going. John Muir's dream will keep on going. Stephen Mather's hope will keep on going. The parks will exist in the past tense, in the present, and in the future perfect. Doesn't that sound good? The future perfect? How many of you folks want that kind of future for the national parks? Parks that do not become or have a short shelf life, that live out the congressional mandate that created them, that live on in perpetuity. How many of you would love that? Well, I would love that too. And that's why I'm here talking to you, because we cannot ever take it upon ourselves and have this thought that the parks will always be there. We don't have to worry about them, they'll always be there. They won't always be there unless we all care. All of us care, all of us know. And you don't necessarily have to be at the Grand Canyon to appreciate the Grand Canyon. Right now, for the next 3 seconds, everyone think about your favorite place in a park. Close your eyes now. How many of you folks felt your blood pressure drop? How many of you, did you notice that some people might have started to smile? You were having an even better time than you're having now. You were enjoying the food, but you started thinking, well, I'm not here. I'm in Lake McDonald right now. Keep on talking. Oh, the light's changing in the water. Where'd that osprey come from? Look how it dives into that water. Oh, I wish, oh, she's not there. Oh, I wish, oh, he's not there. We all need to be there, experiencing these places, for these places to always be there. And if we do not, the only folks that we can say, why did this happen? How did we lose these great treasures? Not that we stopped caring, but we stopped caring that they do belong to all. As it said in that image, for the benefit and enjoyment of the people. Transformative environments, transformative stories. And I've seen the look on children that people would perceive as not having the sophistication to understand the beauty of a place like Yosemite Valley. And I remember this young man, never been to Yosemite Valley before. He was sitting there at the base of Lower Yosemite Fall, and he was just doing this. And we walked up to him and said, are you all right? And he said, yeah. He said, what's wrong? He said, nothing. I had no idea that such beauty existed. He should have had an idea, but he did not. It's a wonderful thing to see that look of transcendence on people's faces. It's the only environments where you can get away with looking like this. Imagine doing that here in downtown Las Vegas. Actually, that happens here. I was just at the Bellagio, and I walked through there and I saw those the flowers in that atrium, and I just sort of went, you picked the wrong town. So I'm going to ask you, because I know I'm running out of time, we're all running out of time, but we have a lot of time ahead of us because the sun came up. Isn't that a wonderful thing? The sun came up this morning. And the sun's job is to illuminate the world, and there's a path that we can follow, and that path is inclusivity. And I'm thinking as I'm talking to you right now, I'm in this room and I can't see out to the sky. I can't see if it's daytime or nighttime, but I know from what I've read recently that there's about to be an eclipse, that the moon is going to drift into the shadow of the earth, disappear, become red, and in a slow bit of time, it will find the light again. And that is my hope, that we will all find the light of the national parks in our lives, that we come out of that darkness and we realize that we don't need J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter to find that there is wonder and magic in the universe. All we need is a good pair of hiking boots. We will find that we don't need to die to go to paradise. We get a map. We talk to a ranger. That's where you'll find paradise. That's the world that I want to walk into. That's the world I wish to share with you. And I wish to share that world with the people who are not yet here, but their astonishment is just below the horizon, waiting to be awakened. Thank you.